Hello and welcome to Weirdos. My name is Kellen.
And I'm Jay.
And I'm Rodney.
Producer Rodney, everybody. Two episodes in a row.
In
How
a
lucky
row.
are y'all?
That's a good little dynamic, I think.
Fame and fortune.
If our views go up, it stays
all
like
I'm
this
here for.
forever.
Right, that's why. Like, why is everybody's listening all of a sudden, watching for sure? And the video from last episode will be the highest ever because it cut out on me halfway through. Like, that fat guy's gone. I like this better.
We're going to get a strong
so
Christian
true.
audience because of
so-
Jesus over here.
Jesus.
Ninja Jesus.
Ninja Jesus.
So here we are, third episode of the month. Tired,
You're so lucky,
but
all you listeners.
it's almost the new year. You know, So we're still in our festive gear, as you can see. Kellen's handmade elf, and then I have the Silent Night King sweater on myself. So we're still in the festive spirit. We hope you guys had a good Christmas, and we just wanted to come into your ear holes and talk to you for a minute and just give you one last episode before 2022. It's crazy. It's going to be 2022.
Yeah.
2020 drug on because we couldn't do anything.
Yep.
2021 gone as we blinked, which is just crazy. But this is going to be a short and sweet episode. We just want to talk about what our aspirations for the new year are, look back on this year, and then have a little toast to one another. If you've been following, which you should have, the last two episodes, we started a new thing where we're going to give you a keyword during the episode. And then the day after the episode is released on Instagram, we will do a little story asking you to give us said word. And if you give us the word, maybe like the first 5 people to do it correctly, something like that, like 5 people are going to do it. But we'll send
Set
you
your
some.
bar low, sir.
We'll send you some stickers and
Some weirdos
and whatnot. We got some
swag.
cool shiny ones. We got some not shiny ones.
Fancy.
Who knows what we'll have when you give us the word. The last 2 words have been gyrating
And farfig.
and farfig.
Farfig.
Christ knows what this one's going to be.
So if we just do, I mean, it could be a random word, right?
Yeah, that's something that this pop star hit because
Say it now.
2 episodes ago is going to be saxophone because we talked about Tim Capello. And then Kellen said gyrating, and I'm like, we have to do that. So as the episode goes on, one of us will fill that word, and like, that's it. That's the word we have to use, and it will probably be hard to spell. So we do apologize for that. But 2021's done.
Yeah.
Man, some highlights. We saw Transformers,
Yeah.
a band. The polyphonic
That was
the polyphonic
pretty
spree,
amazing.
the Cybertronic spree.
They were fantastic.
Oh, they were so good.
I already,
And RC was hot. It's like my strange addiction. I'm addicted to Autobots.
Jay was ready to roll out.
roll out.
But that was a lot of fun. I saw a saxophone player from Lost Boys, and my grandmother passed away. That was fun. And that's as far as my memory goes back, really. I'm sure there were other things sprinkled in, but it's been a good year, I think. What about you guys?
Yeah. 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 It has been a good year. I've not grown as an adult. I haven't had anything happen where I was
Stunted.
Like, I have,
No empathy change, though, right?
no, not
Okay,
at all.
Just make sure.
No. Mm-mm.
MC empathy.
No, the Transformers band was cool. That was awesome. It's amazing how much of my culture comes from random text that Jay sends me, and he's like, "Hey, you need to see these people." I think we're planning on seeing the what's the band? That's the thing.
The Mac Sabbath or Oakley Dokley?
That one.
Both of
first
them
one.
are coming. So Mac Sabbath is a band that dresses like McDonald's characters and
What?
sing metal songs.
Which sounds amazing.
Oh, yeah.
What-
They
what-
come
what
to
is
Exit
this?
In all the time. They're both next year, which is right
Perfect.
here.
Yeah.
But
Come
I'll
right
send
up.
you the invites. And then Oakley Dokley is a metal band who dresses up like Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. But I'm pretty sure this is their farewell tour. I feel like I read that, so I think they're done. But those, and then who'd I see? Guar. I think that was 2 years ago.
Did you get covered in blood?
That was
I got
Exit
covered
In,
in
right?
blood and alien semen.
of course.
What's funny is, if you're familiar with the Exit In, I was on the side stage because it was rough out there because it was metal, and I love moshing, as you know. But they decapitated Trump, like all this stuff happened, blood, and that's fine. Like I'm here for it, you know. But I didn't want to get too drenched in alien semen and blood, so I went to the side. I actually went to the bathroom, and then it was just too hard to get back anywhere else. So I stood there. So
where do you think they got the alien semen from, Jay?
Space.
You went
Aliens.
to the bathroom.
Aliens. But
see what you did there.
but the singer has this. It almost looks like an udder, but instead of teats, it's penises. And that's where everything comes from. So he's like spraying the crowd, and then he turns to the side stage, and I get completely drenched. Like my hearing aids were dirty for like a week. And I was finding it in cracks and crevices. I mean, he drenched me. I have a picture.
You should have been able to hear him coming.
I heard and saw, sir.
I mean,
Puns.
I didn't mean that in a bad way.
But that's one of the things, like, I've been seeing all these bands that have come through town. I'm like, that would be fun. I've never done it just because I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, Guar, I'm going. Next time they come, I'm going. And then they did it. Offspring, next time we're going. Cybertronic Spree, we're going. Oakley Dokley, Max Sabbath.
Speaking of Offspring,
Oakley
that has been the biggest joy of 2021 is live music coming back.
Yeah.
And that was a bucket list band. And we got those tickets way in advance, like months and months and months in advance. Got to see Offspring. Ixnay on the Hombre was like soundtrack of my youth, that and Smash. And so when they were coming, that was probably one of the highlights of the year outside of, family stuff.
And they moshed.
Yeah, they did.
Who would have thought you would mosh at an Offspring show? Not only did they mosh, they moshed to Pretty Fly for a friggin' white guy. And that is not a moshable song.
It's not.
And fun fact about that show, and I don't think Jay saw it, but I'm 99% sure during the moshing, somebody's fake eye popped out.
And it was just him running back and
stopped
trying to find it.
They stopped the moshing to find this guy's glass eye rolling across the floor. Mind you, we're still in a pandemic, and there is
You don't want that
beer
eye back.
and everything on this sticky floor. So somebody asked me, they're like, well, did he clean it? I was like, God, I hope so.
You just pop that son of a bitch back in.
So where did this happen again?
This is at Brooklyn Bowl,
Yeah.
Brooklyn Bowl. Oh,
which is fantastic.
Great venue.
thank
Great
God
venue.
War wasn't there because he would not have been able to see them.
Oh, my God.
Or he would have seen into the future.
So stringy. That was a wild show. That was funny. I didn't see that. You told me that. I'm like, are you serious? I just thought he lost his glasses.
So Brooklyn Bowl, good.
Brooklyn Bowl's great.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. The moshing was a little much, but I did get to push people really hard and knocked one or two down, which was awesome. So take that, stranger. And people kept losing stuff like their eye and a phone, and someone lost a hat, and they're like, somebody would hold it up, and I'm like, oh, it's mine. And then I would take it, and I would just fucking throw it. Screw you. Stomp on it. My hat. But yeah, live music comeback's great.
So did you finish? Well, how was your year at the kind of the wrap up? we got so sorry.
Oh no! That was pretty much. I mean, it's been a good year compared to 2020. Nuclear warhead going off in the middle of the states would have still been an improvement.
Yeah.
Which is still not out of the possibilities. We have a month left. But yeah,
Looking at you, North Korea.
yeah.
Stop.
I did get to see Steve Martin and Martin Short do their live stage show, and that was phenomenal. The part that was awkward was them doing an entire bit about Jesus next to my very religious mother, where Martin Short was wearing a onesie skin suit where you could see Martin and his short.
Oh wow!
You couldn't see through it, but the outline
Looked like he was
there.
carrying grapes in the wrong place.
The outline was there, so there was. Other than veins, there was nothing left to the imagination, and he was not ashamed of it. But
Wow!
hell, if I was 70-something years old,
Whenever I think of
wouldn't
Martin
care
Short,
either.
you know what I think about? Shoot Me from Arrested Development, where he couldn't use his legs. He was a bullet.
it was so. I've seen Steve Martin twice. He is probably top 3 famous people that I would love to meet. I got to see him do a bluegrass, and I got to see him do this stage show, and he's fantastic both times. So that was huge, and that was a concert. That was a show that we were supposed to see in 2020. Me and my mom, because she's a big Martin Short fan. Maybe not so much now.
Right. Was a big Martin Short fan.
But that was a show that we were supposed to see in 2020, early 2020. around August for my birthday, and it got canceled. And it ended up being the day before my mom's birthday this year that we got to see it. So it went from my birthday present to our birthday present.
Nice.
Nice.
So
It's nice that you got to relive ones that got canceled, because I feel like every show we had tickets for did not get
Letterkenny.
rescheduled. Letterkenny's going to be the day before Valentine's Day now, which is crazy. But like Smashing Pumpkins, Incubus, like those are all shows we were supposed to go to, and they just did not get rescheduled yet, which sucks. 'Cause Smashing Pumpkins I've never seen. Incubus,
that would be a good band to see.
So.
Billy Corgan's voice doesn't sound as good as it used to,
Eh.
but it's a little more like now.
What about you, Rockney?
Well, I think what you said about live music coming back, because we finally Sons of Our Fathers.
Oh yeah, he's in a band. You know he's in a band.
What?
He's in a band.
Wow.
If you watch the YouTube episode of the last episode, I had a
Shameless
shirt
plug.
on. Yeah,
I almost wore the new one, the red one that I drew.
that'd been nice.
That would have been a double shameless plug by his band, but I drew it.
Would
Right.
it since your camera cut out halfway through?
Oh wow!
Too soon. It's not my fault all these podcasts take up so much room on my damn phone.
That and pictures of random stuff you bought and send to me.
That's true. That's sadly true.
So
I say, do I need this? Probably not. You're like, yeah, get it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get it.
So yeah, let's start out with finally doing some live music. Us as a band, we wrote an album. We have completed the album.
Exciting.
We had a release date. We stopped the release date with restrictions with COVID. It's just it was hard. I did not want to stop it, because what are you going to do? We can do another release date again, but it just kind of puttered out.
Yeah.
The last show we played was at the Burrow, which is where all of us except Shay met,
Wow.
including Jay. So it was 2012, and it was probably my third or fourth show in Nashville. Period.
Wow.
So it was fun. So I got to relive that for a moment. It's probably one of our better live shows we have. I'm going to put some videos out of that. But focused on what happened this year, there was a job change. Actually, when I feel like a year ago today, I left a company that was out before, and then I did 2 months of Amazon delivery.
First time I've ever been in an Amazon truck.
Yeah. I was exceptional at the job.
Except the scissors.
Yeah, we don't go there. That was bad. That was really stupid.
Long story short, he stepped on scissors running in a yard.
That were laying flat.
Wow.
Laying flat.
Shing!
And so the way I was running it, picked them up, and then I stood on one of the blades. Not both of the blades, one of the blades, and it stopped on my heel bone. So, yeah, it was
Good
wonderful.
times.
The heel bone's connected to the scissor bone.
3 days out of work, was back the fourth day.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I worked 6 days straight to make up for the days that I lost. So
Jesus always rose on the third day.
Oh, wow. So
The scissors are shaped like a cross.
your grandmother wouldn't like them either. So changing jobs, I'm back at a place that I love, but the pandemic has shortened the ability for truck drivers to want to drive. So it is taxing. Like I had to go from telling somebody they need to do something to begging and pleading.
Yeah.
And then people could do what they want, when they want, how they want, and it's hard for me to have all those years of experience, like we talked about the last episode, of being trained to do something and then just having to back off, be like, okay, cool. Well, let me know when you're ready to work.
Yeah.
That's like eating on my mentality a lot. But looking forward to 2022, which is weird to say.
Every year, I feel like every year it's really weird. Like I'm not gonna be able to write 2021 on anything.
Yeah.
And then it happens. But every year it feels weird. You
Well,
know?
it feels like we went 2019, 2020, 2022.
Well, you know,
Last
next
2 years
year I've been out of
series.
school 20 years.
Wow.
It makes me want to vomit.
This was my 20-year reunion, and I did not attempt to even want to go.
They're trying to
'Cause
set
those
ours
people
up now
suck.
because I was an officer, so they're trying to set ours up now, and I'm kind of ignoring all of it because I don't care. I don't want to do it. If I wanted to see you, I would see you. I see you on Facebook. That's good enough.
I joined the Facebook group that was supposed to give out all the information just long enough for the people to stop saying, "Have you joined the group?" And then when that stopped, I dipped out.
Attaboy.
Oh,
That's when people keep sending you friend requests and you don't want to be their friend. If you just leave it there, then they don't know you didn't accept it.
oh. So what I've done this whole entire time has worked. Great. So I hate you both because you're like, next year will be your 20 year. Out of like in 4 years it'll be my 30.
Ugh.
Oh, that was a little aggressive.
It was.
He not only
showing
said,
empathy.
he
I
went,
see.
"Meh," he backed away.
Jeez. Read me one of those greetings cards or whatever.
Hey, I'm Kellen. That's Jay and Grandpa Rodney. Everyone.
Hey, Grandpa Knopfsinger.
I earned every one of these gray hairs.
Grandpa
I'm gonna
Knopf.
rock this shit. Dude. Does anyone want to come out and play?
Thanks, Rodney. That sounded great. But as we were saying, you can follow us everywhere. TikTok, we're not that popular yet, but we're getting there. We have some pretty good videos.
Yeah.
I enjoy them.
YouTube, we're decent. I think our chip challenge is the most popular one so far.
Yeah.
I still hate both of you for that.
Yeah.
Oh, mostly Kellen.
Yeah.
Speaking of challenges, we have another one coming up.
We do have another one. Have you ever been bean boozled?
Nope.
You will be today. And of course, Facebook. Just follow us everywhere. We're fun. We're fun
are,
guys.
yeah.
We're mushrooms.
And we're interactive.
And we're very interactive. I will talk to you. Kellen might talk to you. I don't know if he talks to you or not, but we will definitely respond to you in some form.
Oh, and if you haven't heard of it, there's a new app called Shuffle. It's a podcast app with a social media aspect. Our friend Krista turned us on to it, and you can actually interact with us via comments throughout the show, or if you have a question during the show, you can actually timestamp the question. So I can click on the time and see what you're talking about and go into further explanation if that's
nice.
something you would want. And you can
I
also
will
send us
not be
applause.
doing that. That is all Kellen.
I love it so much. I will
you.
100% respond to anybody that comments on
I'm here for it.
our podcast on Shuffle.
Yeah. So do all that. You know, subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening to us. It means it means a little.
Make
to
us famous in 2022 so
Make
we
us
can
famous.
quit our day jobs.
You know, we got stickers and buttons right now. We could have shirts and hats and koozies and like 50 listens on an episode.
Yeah, shirts and
yeah.
hats and just clap your flaps.
To the
Just
moon.
clap your flaps.
Dozens and dozens of listens.
But it's the end of the year. We want to, you know, we're thankful for all you guys and for sticking with us. And we're looking forward to new episodes in the new year. I think we're actually gonna. I think this first half of this season has been a little softball-y. Like we've done softball episodes.
Yeah. Getting back
There's
to
some
the swing of
episode
things.
ideas we have that require a little bit of effort on our parts, and every time I'm just kind of like, you know, I slept funny on my neck last night. I don't really want to do that. So
Can't get into Bigfoot topics.
right, we're gonna do some where we don't sound like complete assholes and actually study and do that. But
maybe.
maybe. But I'm thankful for both of you guys.
Oh.
And I'm so thankful that I brought us a special treat. Hang on.
So special.
Let
for
me start off by saying not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Black and Whiskey from Rock Gods Metallica.
You know what you could say? That Jay brought us fuel, brought us fire. Give me that which I desire. Ooh.
I don't know how much you desire it, but you're going to get it.
Right?
So I poured us some shots to toast to the new year and toast to RKN Sound Lab and to Auburn.
Hopefully.
The score is tied 0-0.
Which the game may or may not be on in the
month
background.
ago.
So cheers to the boys.
We're going to tap it on the table?
Absolutely. To the table, to the window.
Thank you, James. Kirk. Not so much Lars.
Screw Lars.
And whoever the bass player is. That was delicious.
Did you miss your mouth?
That was
Did
delicious.
you gave Elf some?
Ugh.
Rodney's not a whiskey man.
I'm not a whiskey man.
That's good though.
That was fantastic. Yeah, that's
I did not
delicious.
expect. I got that. So I got that for Christmas last year from my dad. And what's funny is I wanted it, and we were at his house for Christmas, and I saw it on the counter, like his kitchen counter, just hanging out beside his Jack Daniels, and I'm like, who got you this? Like, can I have this? He's like, oh shoot. He's like, that was for you anyways. I just forgot to wrap it. So it's fantastic. I didn't have
It's really
a lot
good.
of expectations because when you put a name like Metallica, you're like, oh, you want more?
Yeah. Let's go.
Well, hey, some of us
Let's
have to
get
drive
rowdy.
You don't have to
45
partake.
minutes. I'm gonna.
I mean, you don't have to be empathetic to our cause. Oh, somebody got sad face.
Let's see how long you cough on this one there, champ.
All right.
You want another one?
One more.
I wanted one
He's
more
gotta drive
just for the
very
simple
far.
fact that the
Okay.
last time 3/4 went down my beard.
Oh, that's fair.
So that's
I gave you extra.
he did. You have a longer ride.
Ooh.
This is a bad idea, kids.
Good deal. Oh, not going to be drinking anymore.
COVID doesn't exist in RKN's Sound Lab.
It is grammatically,
This is,
that's the incorrect word, but cool.
This is a safe place. Okay. This is boring for you listening, but go over to YouTube and you can see it. We're cheersing again. Cheers, guys. To
Thank you guys for being a part of
2022.
my life.
Woo!
Just as good the second time.
Special thanks to Scuffle Moss. He does our intro. He did our logo. He shares and likes everything we do. Why can't more of you be like Scuffle Moss?
I'm going to take the end of the year to call everybody out. Wow.
He just got his care package. So,
And probably one of the most genuine people I've ever met.
yeah,
It's
I'm also
facts.
going to have to write down all of our words. What was the new one? Head pin?
Mm-hmm.
So, just on Instagram, we did our old jobs episode, and I did a Jay's Walmart quiz where I found some old pictures from me at Walmart. And if you answered all the questions right, then you would get a prize. And Scuffle Moss, aside from immediate family, was the only one. And Roger, but Roger sucks, so he's not getting shit. We're the only ones.
Love-hate
Was the only one to
relationship.
get it right. He technically got it right twice because his dog got it correct too. He's a good boy. So he just got his stuff today. He got a pen and some stickers, and I wrote him a letter and drew a little picture on it. So
That's awesome.
we appreciate
Thank
you,
you,
Scuffles, for sure. We were supposed to do a benefit show for you next weekend, but it's just the temperatures just didn't feel good. I don't think anybody would have been there, honestly.
Yeah, that's the issue we're
Yeah.
having right now. All
And
across the
that
board.
last show you played there, they're like, "Oh, we're not charging a door,"
Yeah,
so which kind of counteracts a benefit show.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely do that in the new year. But follow us on all those places I said. Thank you, Kellen. Thank you, Rodney. Thank you to our listeners. Gemma over in Ireland, we love you. We love
Oh,
you.
Jim.
Such a great person.
You lass.
If you haven't listened to her What's Up Doc podcast, be sure to check that out because she's fantastic.
Yeah, not because she's pretty. All right, we'll see you next year. I'm Jay.
I'm Kellen.
And I'm Rodney.
Until next time.
Keep it weird.
Weirdos.